Happy New Year to everyone. I'm going to call the January 4th, 2024 San Diego County Board of Supervisors special meeting to order. As a reminder, according to the board rules and procedures, audience members shall not whistle, clap, stomp feet, or anything that disrupts the proceedings. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Thank you, Chairwoman Vargas. Supervisor Anderson. Supervisor Montgomery Stepp.
Here.
Supervisor Desmond. Vice Chair Lawson-Weimer. Chairwoman Vargas.
All right, thank you. The only item on the agenda for the special meetings are closed session matters, so I'm going to ask for
Thank you, Chairwoman Vargas. We have 6 requests to speak on the closed session matters, 2 in person, 4 requesting to speak by phone. I'll also note for the record that we received 1 comment. Any members of the public that requested to speak on this item by phone, please dial into the conference line now using the instructions that were provided to you. We'll begin with the in-person speakers. Both speakers are in opposition of this item. As your name is called, please come forward and stand against the east wall under the murals until the speaker. I'd like to invite forward speakers up with the name Gambler, followed by Truth. You have 2 minutes to address the board. I'll ask you to please state your name for the record.
Happy New Year, it's Truth, hello. Hey there, Monica, good to see you again. Everyone else, remember, last year when I waltzed in here to speak in person for the first time as just a young little disruptor to talk about a new CAO like it was no big deal. Great memory. I said, we're all doomed. I still think that, but I do want to thank Helen for her leadership, and specifically, I am referencing the incident with Charles Evan II's daughter at last year's October 10th meeting. Only Helen displayed true empathy and leadership at that moment of emotional tension. It's not easy to make split-second decisions in the heat of a situation without clear answers, so I actually appreciate that from her. Helen has also played the CAO role of the ultimate funding facilitator who gets county workers to voluntarily play in the political sandbox while simultaneously using censored versions of Nora's actual F-bomb catchphrases. So maybe I should play it because Monica may need to hear this clip for reference. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to start the new year off nice. For now, there's always next week. Anyways, who's going to be the interim CEO? Because I say, why is it not Sarah yet? And we can't have Vu taking over. But considering that the county needs a new direction with real leadership and equal empathy for all people without political bias, perhaps that means that I am the most qualified for the new CEO position. Jim agrees, maybe. I can at least guarantee that I won't sign off on any of the wasteful programs that you supervisors are always approving. I will even consider every bad agenda item. I promise to at least click my pen, not sign, just click. If not, I request someone with proper leadership and financial skills from the local county area, or at least California, that has zero history of political activity. I'd also like to see a more open process where each supervisor makes publicly clear and transparent their priorities for what they want and expect.
Speaker, please.
Hi, the Gambler here. Well, there's a few things I want to say, but unfortunately 2 people aren't here. But I could talk to the 5 of you. Right now, I do not believe in the decision that you're about to make. 3 of you happen to, in my firm belief, work for the ACLU. Now, that being said, I've recently found out that the ACLU is also working on trying to remove Trump from the ballot. The only reason why you would do that is because if you also know how easy it is to manipulate the system. As it is, and as I've been calling and begging you guys to respond to at least once, over and over and over again, and there's a strong chance that you guys are looking at a way to silence me forever. I understand that, because you do not like my tactics. I get that. But the truth is, anyone could fill out any ballot, it goes through, and you have greater than a 90% chance of that ballot getting counted. Isn't that true, Monica? I know that people under you helping you go through, they used to also work for me, I believe. I know they know the system just as well as I do. And they know that the registrar of voters is not checking signatures the way that they claim they are. I've asked multiple times to check. Go through 100 names. I'll give you a query. If those names actually match, then I'm wrong. But you won't even check that. You want to just believe just to believe. You could care less about the true facts. You follow direction through the ACLU, and there is no question about that. And Joel, you're going to lose to that, and soon you will lose to that if it doesn't get fixed. Look into Paris or France Plain. France Plain.
Now hear from the individuals that requested to speak by phone. When it is your turn to speak, you'll be unmuted and you will hear a recording that will tell you to begin your comments after the beep. I'll remind the callers they should mute their TV or live video stream before they begin speaking. Start with our first caller. The first caller is Paul Henkin. Your device might be muted. We'll come back to that caller.
Consuelo. So, yeah, Paul the Bold was still on. But anyways, hopefully for the next CAO position, we will have somebody who is actually there paying attention to the people, listening to the people, making eye contact with the people. That's one thing that's one good thing I like to point out regarding the mayor of Chula Vista. He looks at every single person at the podium, and I give him credit for that because, Nora, you can take a lot from that example. What else did I want to point out for the next CAO? Did you get through? Let's see. Yeah, I wasn't really that prepared for this meeting, so anyways, Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you. Now hear from the next caller.
I say Happy New Year, but it's not until April 1st, so I'll let you guys know then. Anywho, this is going to be interesting because it's not really like anything that we say matters, and you're just going to, put someone in there anyway. But how fun is that going to be to spend billions of dollars? I mean, that is just, it's like Monopoly time, right? Just, throwing it around and putting it in whatever bucket you feel like. Helen was good at looking at people. That was nice. But she's also kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing where it's like, don't go talk to her. She looks like she's really nice, but she will eat your head off. Because, luckily with her, it was like I was able to be arrested so many times. So nice. It's like, I wonder, if the new one will continue to do that. So it'll be interesting. And, it doesn't really matter who you pick because either way, San Diego's going to shit, like, really fast. So I'm sure it's going to be somebody that's really going to, make sure that goes even faster. But, if you guys want, I will spend all the billions of dollars if you would like. So, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you're not cringing in your seats right now and your buttholes aren't puckering. But how cool would that be if I was the one spending the money? Stuff would actually probably get better. Oh, my gosh, but that would be horrible for you guys because your whole agenda is to ruin stuff. You're doing so good. You guys are. And I'm sure that this whole year is just going to be horrible. I can't wait to see you guys again. It's so good. Have a wonderful day, and let's see, if you actually get anything done. You probably already know who you're going to pick, and it's just, or maybe you'll do like a draw straws or pick names out of a hat. So I don't know. If mine goes in there, don't be surprised if it gets picked. That would be so fun. Oh, it would. It would be such an exciting board, right? Man. Oh, people think here.
For the record, that speaker was Audra. Now hear from the next caller.
Paula Bold. Today's agenda and board materials do not give us much to go on. Give us a better chance to express our ideas, please. Your best bet would be to hire someone as CAO with experience in multiple areas, such as social, administrative, financial, planning, and so on. He or she should respect the law, free speech, obey the law, not rules, and be strong enough to maintain her ground calmly during arguments or other negative remarks. In this time of budget deficits at the state and federal levels, and counties having to shoulder part of the costs they can't afford, I recommend you hire someone who does not support the waste of money on independent investigations, rather depend on a well-qualified staff. And it would be nice to have someone who emphasized helping those in need, who need it, not who are of a certain race, gender, or zip code. Finally, the selectees should be tolerant of all people, no matter how obnoxious they might seem. People express themselves differently. And choosing a successor to Helen should not be a big secret. You should have input in the next CAO. Why are you sowing the seeds of distrust, handicapping her by selecting outside a public process? Whether positive or negative, you will learn something from a free interchange of ideas. Thank you.
I guess that concludes this item.
With that, we're going to go ahead and.
Thank you. The board will now recess into closed session to consider those matters listed under item 1 on the special meeting agenda. If there are any reportable actions, they will be reported out after the conclusion of closed session today. The next regular meeting of the board will take place on Tuesday, January 9th, 2024 at 9 a.m.